and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Christy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about. Savagely Delightful. My voice is so annoying to hear every time.
No, it's not. I love it.
Okay, so...
Welcome back, everyone, to Savagely Delightful. I'm John.
Or as I say it, Savagely Delightful. I'm Christy.
And welcome back.
Okay, but this time, before we start our stories, we have a couple updates that we wanted to give everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do one and me do one, but...
oh, hell no, it's all you.
All me? Okay.
Yep.
Our first update is on episode 5, we had a story from Jalen, and it was a hilarious story.
Sorry, guys. We have two dogs, Leia and Cricket, and if you guys hear, like, the jingling in the background, it's them running around or scratching or something.
It's them announcing themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have to be a part of everything, too. Okay, so our first update... From episode 5, we had a hilarious story from Jalen from the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a job interview where she did a whole power move. It was great.
Yeah.
Started out as a mistake, but it got her noticed. Turns out she followed up with us and she got the job.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
that's awesome.
Congrats on that. We are super happy for you. But she wrote and said 10 out of 10, can recommend locking arms with your potential future boss. And like I said, it's a power move. And yeah, thank you so much for letting us know and following up with us. Because that made my day to see that.
And we really love to converse with our listeners. We love hearing feedback and we love talking to you guys. I mean, just the support is really awesome.
Yeah, and that was one of our things. In a different episode, we had the jingling of one of the dogs in the background. And that's not Santa coming to see us early because we're so good.
Yeah.
That is just the doggos.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have Cricket is Pit Mix, and we have Leia, our little terrier mutt.
Yeah, we have no idea what she is.
But a handful.
Yes.
And
a handful of hair.
Yeah, that too. My allergies do not love it. So our second update is that we have a lot more countries that have been listening to us, and holy crap, I love it.
It's insane. It honestly is.
Yeah. From our list the last time that we updated you guys, we now have listeners from Denmark, Australia, Canada, the Netherlands, New Zealand, which, hi, I know that I'm obsessed with that country and I've never been there, but something tells me I belong there.
What?
I've
Why?
always heard, from what I've seen, it is beautiful and the people are so nice. It's like Canada, but prettier and with better weather, I think. All I'm saying is from what I know, I'm Team New Zealand.
I don't know. I don't know maps. I suck at geography.
I mean, same. But from what I know in my mind, I am all for New Zealand. Okay, but we also had the Philippines, Spain, Germany, and Brazil.
It's honestly crazy. It's mind-blowing.
Holy crap.
I thought that when we started this, it would just be like...
our close friends.
And barely even them.
Right?
Just our close friends.
Only because we pressured them.
Yeah. We took their phones and downloaded the app and everything on all the episodes ourselves.
Yeah. But no, it's awesome. We love it.
Yeah. Words can't describe how cool it is.
Yeah. We're just having a blast.
Mm-hmm.
First story?
Yep.
Round us out.
Let's hop right into it for episode 6.
What?
So this story was submitted by NROPdude. Enroll. And they wrote...
What? Scooby-Doo.
Okay. They wrote, when I was walking out of a store, I witnessed an individual having a hard time loading a barbecue grill in the back of his van that was still in the box. When he dropped it on the ground, I ran over to offer my assistance lifting it for him. The man was on a store scooter and appeared to be disabled. I just wanted to help him and continue on with my day, but that wasn't the case.
Upstanding citizen.
Honestly, yeah, that's awesome.
Something tells me this is gonna go south.
It's our story, so yeah, they always do.
When is it gonna end right?
Yeah. As soon as I closed his back door and started walking to my vehicle, the store employee yelled, "Hey, did you pay for that?" The customer said, "Yes, I have a receipt." So I was like, thank goodness. The customer said, "I'll show you." And before I got in my vehicle, the said customer peeled out of the parking lot and took the fuck off. I couldn't feel more horrible for thinking I might have just helped this man load something he didn't pay for into his car.
I'm sure this guy, too, is probably standing there, like, jaw dropped, like, the fuck just happened?
Yeah, he's feeling like on cloud 9, you know, did your good deed for the day, and he peels off, and you're like, son of a bitch!
You're like, should I run too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a scary, like, predicament to be in.
Yeah, he just made you an accomplice.
Yep. And so, I drove up to the employee and asked if everything was okay. Yeah, it wasn't. The police came and I had to give my statement.
Oh, God.
They were super cool about it and joke about how lucky I was that the BBQ... joke about how lucky that the barbecue pit was just under $400. Felony police jokes, I guess. I just laughed it off, covering my shame.
Oh my gosh.
I mean... There's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished.
That is
You know what it is?
Huh?
You know what that is? Have you heard that before? No good deed goes unpunished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's heard that, but...
Sorry.
But that just sucks so bad. You try and do a good deed, and then they're just like, nope.
Yeah.
The world just shits on you.
You're just trying to help a random stranger doing your good deed for the day.
Yeah.
Nope, accomplice to robbery.
Right. Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah, it's just some, like, really...
How fucking dare you?
Yeah, that's seriously just some shit luck, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're trying to be a kind person and, like, helping your fellow human, but I'm sorry, some of them are just asshats and take advantage of those people's kindness, especially if it was in, like, a disability scooter, too.
Yeah.
That's really playing on people's feelings.
Yeah. But some people are just shit.
So the one who submitted this story, NROPdude, was kind enough to send us the link to the police department's Facebook page, and has the picture of the person that he helped on there. Yeah, and it's just, like I said, it's this man in this disability scooter that definitely looks like he would need help lifting anything into his car. He is in a disability
scooter in the picture, too?
Yeah, he's just in his scooter, white hair, a hat, and, you know, just kind of driving around on it. And so, yeah, you would want to go help him, so thank you for being a good human being, but like I said, there's some of them are just shit people.
That sucks so bad.
Ready for the next story?
I am. Okay, so my first story is coming to us from an anonymous source, and this is actually going to be like one of John's worst nightmares.
Oh, Jesus.
Super excited. So, here we go.
I have a lot of them, so.
Okay. They start off and say, the scene. It was around the start of quarantine, so I was in the early self-care stage. I'm sure we're all familiar.
Oh,
yeah, self-care, get it, I love it. And they say, I decided I was going to get a foot peel mask because I have really bad skin on my feet. The way they work is that you put on these little plastic sock things with serum in them, wait for about 45 minutes, and then take them off, and all the dead skin on your feet should peel off like you have a shitty sunburn.
Gross.
At least that's what happens when you leave them on for 45 minutes. So, I had a shower, I put on my nice PJs, and I put my weird plastic socks on. I didn't set a timer because I thought, I'm watching a show, the episodes are around 50 minutes long, I'll just take them off when the episode ends. She fell asleep.
God bless it. I think I can already see where this is going.
So, cue the next morning. I roll out of bed, and the second my feet hit the floor, they explode with pain. I put the pieces together and then slowly take off my little plastic socks to see how bad the damage is. You ready?
No.
My feet are about 6 shades lighter than usual and wrinkled to shit. You stayed in the pool too long and had a little bit of wrinkles on your fingers. This was so much fucking worse.
Oh my god, I hate it when, like, you're in the shower or a pool or anything and your fingers get all wrinkly and stuff. it just grosses me out for some reason. And I know the reason behind it. I know why it happens, but it's just gross to me, and the feeling of it is so nasty. And it's even harder to get on your feet, and that's gross. Ugh.
Yeah, this is definitely one of John's things.
Mm.
So, they say, I couldn't stand, put on socks, walk, or basically have my feet in contact with anything for several days. Getting to the doctors was fun, even more so explaining why I needed burn cream for my feet. And the worst part, the skin didn't even peel off afterwards.
I mean, that would have made it worse.
What, it not peeling off?
Sorry, it would have made it worse for me.
If it did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just listening to it, that'd have been gross.
Well, yeah, but that's what the mask was supposed to do, is peel off the dead skin, and, like, all of this for nothing.
Oh, man.
Right? So, like, also it just sounds like a shitty foot mask if your feet went through all of that for that long and it didn't even do its job.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even
if
put
it
that
was
together.
on for that long and still didn't peel off, then what are the odds that it would have with 45 minutes?
I mean, if you use it properly, then it probably would have.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. But maybe, like, since the feet swelled up so much from, like, moisture, it just kind of retained everything, and that's why it didn't peel off.
I have no idea. But they just, like, temporarily handicapped themselves by trying to perform just a little bit of self-care.
Yeah, quarantine fucked us all. You're not in this alone.
Yeah. But, yeah, any kind of sunburn, too, to the bottom of your feet, or, like, any kind of burn is the worst, because that does just, like, take you out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I bet you regret not setting that timer.
Yeah.
That is bad news bears on that one. Okay, so after that doozy, John, do you want to head into your next story?
Of course.
Of course.
My second episode was submitted by RN20 EonGate, and we'll go with that. So they write, going back about 5 years, and I was working in a local garage as a tire fitter / mechanic. The work was pretty mindless, but the guys I worked with were all good value and all got along really well. We will still occasionally catch up, and I still cope a bit of flack for this fuck up. Anyway, one morning before I got there, someone has dropped in a set of 4 brand new wheels and to have 4 new tires fitted. My boss, a bit of a hard ass who owned the shop and also another across town.
Sounds like me.
What?
A bit of a hard ass.
Oh yeah, I'm so sure.
I know.
He asked me to have it done within the hour because the person who owned the wheels would be back in to have them fitted in their car at about X time. Piece of cake. As I'm fitting the tires, I admire the wheels that I'm working on. They were genuine forged wheels about 10 inches wide with a deep dish and looked extremely expensive. So I thought somehow I will compliment the owner on his choice of wheels when I see him. I finish fitting the tires and I move on to the next job. Fast forward a little bit, and I have to leave to go to the store to get parts for said next job. When I return, there is a different car on my hoist, and the colleague had already removed the wheels. He let me know that this was the vehicle that was to have the brand new wheels fitted, and that the customer was in the waiting room. I got right to work. Within about 10 minutes it was done, and I drove the car off the hoist and into the car park. My work colleague and I both remarked on how good the car looked with its new feet, and I thought about now's my chance to go and compliment the customer on his choice of wheels.
Calling it feet. I like that.
Yeah. Talk about good customer service, too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, dope-ass wheels. Like, I don't know, just kind of a conversation between business and customer is always nice.
I mean, anytime you compliment somebody on anything, too, that, like, just helps.
That's true.
It's just nice.
Small compliment can change someone's day.
Yep.
So, we both go into the waiting room where there is only one customer sitting, and the first thing I say to him was, "Far out, mate, those wheels look great. They must have cost you an arm and a leg." I have never seen someone's facial expression change so fast. Complete elation to explosive anger in the fraction of a second.
Aww.
My colleague gaps it out of the room as he has obviously sensed the impending doom, whilst I am none the wiser. Then the abuse began. "You're a really funny fucker, aren't you? Must think you're really cool taking out the mick on someone else's misfortune. Go get your boss before I punch your fucking lights out, etc., etc."
Whoa.
Yeah, he went 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
This went on for about a minute. I locked up, not knowing what to say or do, because I had no idea what I'd done.
Yeah, what a turn.
Yeah, I stutter a bunch, but eventually do what he said and went to go get my boss, who by this point had already heard the swearing and yelling and knew something was up. He told me to go make a cup of coffee and he'll see if he can get to the bottom of it. I go to the break room where I find my colleague doubled over in the corner, wetting himself with uncontrollable laughter. He's trying to tell me something, but can't get the words out between his bouts of hysterics. Eventually, he spits it out. That dude was in a motorcycle accident a while ago. He's got a prosthetic leg and a false arm.
No!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Then once again, breaking out into hysterics. The significance of this didn't quite dawn on me until I recounted what I had initially said to him.
Oh my god.
My heart
That just gave me goosebumps. Like, this poor guy. Oh.
My heart sunk and I felt like the biggest piece of shit, all the while my workmate thinks it's literally the funniest thing he's ever witnessed. As it turns out, the guy was so mad because he had told the colleague about this accident earlier, assumed we were all aware of his disability situation,
and thought he was cracking a joke.
Yeah, and therefore commented about paying for the wheels with the arm and a leg was making a premeditated malicious joke at his expense.
Oh my god.
Fuck me. Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
What are the fucking chances?
Yeah. I mean, think about it, how like advanced prosthetics are nowadays. They're so realistic that if you don't know about it, then a lot of times
you can't tell.
You can't. Yeah, it just looks like a normal arm and a leg. And especially if they're just sitting down in a waiting room for customer service, there's no chance in hell
and you
that
go
you know
in
what's
to
going
compliment and then
ugh. To cost you an arm and a leg. He's like, fuck you.
Seriously, what are the chances?
So he writes, customer grudgingly paid his bill, left the shop unhappy, vowing to never come back again, and then wrote a bad review on Google. Jesus.
Google.
I got a barreling from my boss about paying more attention, but mostly the vibe from it was, shit happens, get back to work and make me more money.
I mean, pay more attention. It's not like it was out there in the open for all to see, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, but like, if your coworker wasn't going to know what you were going to say.
Yeah,
but at least it's a nice heads up to hear. Like, hey, don't say anything dumb. He's missing an arm and a fucking leg.
You would never think to say that, though, to a coworker.
That's true. Yeah, you don't know.
Like, once again, what are the fucking chances?
Yeah,
like,
it's not 1 in a million, but it's pretty far out there.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to be kind to the guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like, hey, nice feet.
Oh my god. Jeez. Like one thing after another.
And okay, so I've actually thought about this. Like, if I were in that kind of position, I feel like I would try to have like a sense of humor about it.
But like, if you're taken that off guard.
I mean, I get that, and yeah.
Oh, you're meaning if you were the guy that had that happen to him, the arm and the leg.
Yes, yeah. If I were missing an arm and a leg,
okay.
that's a very awful thing to happen, but you would try to find the silver lining and just have like a good humor about it. And so the guy coming up to you saying, was to cost you an arm and a leg. I mean, you might have heard that joke a million times, but to me, like, I feel like that'd be kind of funny because I have that kind of sadistic humor.
Absolutely, but if it had recently happened and he was still trying to deal and cope with it, then that's a lot. But that just sucks so bad.
Yeah, that is fucking wild.
Oh, his poor soul.
What's really funny is that these last two stories had somebody just trying to make a kind gesture and it backfired in the face.
Last two stories? Yeah.
Yeah, in both of them, it's just, they're trying to be just a nice person in general, and then out of nowhere just fires right back in their face.
Ugh.
There's nothing you can do about that.
The world is just a cruel place sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
very sardonic.
Yeah, nothing people do is ever right, basically.
Ready for your next one?
I am. Okay, so this story was submitted by Summer Spring, and they write, I'm a teacher and was leading my last class of the day through an art activity on Zoom about an hour ago. That's when the red Sharpie I was using exploded and got all over my hands and shirt. Life of a teacher, didn't think twice about it. Which, like, I had never thought about how students are, like, able to do an art class while at home learning. That never really, like, even crossed my mind, because if you think of at home learning, you think of, like, English classes or math or science or something like that, where you have more, like, traditional type study, which that's still difficult, but you still have basically the supplies that you need. But with art, you kind of have to just whip together whatever you can find.
Well, to me, I've seen a lot of videos since we've been in quarantine for so long. I've seen a lot of videos of physical education teachers.
Oh yeah,
trying to teach their classes.
Either.
Well, the only reason why I don't see it so far out in left field is because I've seen these videos of them trying to teach their classes from their homes. And they have to turn the camera on, and the teacher will lead the exercise, and
just improvise,
yeah,
basically.
And the kids will have to do the exercise in their room, pretty much all gym class was participation.
Yeah.
So like, they just have the video on, participate, and you get the points. But I'm assuming that art would be the same thing. Most every house has pen, paper, pencil, color, like crayon, anything, just laying around.
You can with what you have.
Exactly.
Basically.
And I'm assuming that before the class starts, just like any class, they say, hey, these are the supplies that you will need. Yeah. Maybe the first semester of quarantine was like super difficult trying to transition, but we've been doing this like over a year now, and so they've hopefully gotten to a better swing of things.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just never even thought about that and thought that was crazy. Mm-hmm. But also, props. I love art. So, art teacher, what up? Okay, so anyways, back to her story. So, yeah, the red Sharpie has exploded all over her now. Fast forward to a half an hour ago, I went to the pharmacy to buy tampons when I realized the guy at the cash register is looking absolutely grossed out. I had completely forgotten about the Sharpie explosion and looked at my hands and t-shirt, which told a very different story paired with the extra large tampons. It looked like I had a major period explosion and then rushed to the pharmacy without cleaning up. Yes, I washed my hands in between, but Sharpie doesn't come off easily.
No, not at all.
They said, to make matters even more cringe, I quickly said, oh, don't worry, that's just marker on my hands. Which this clearly made it seem like it was not just marker. Yeah, and that they were covering for.
Yep, 100%.
And she said he just looked even more sketched out and silently wrung me out before promptly sanitizing afterwards.
Oh man, that's like having a red stain on your white jeans. I promise it's just ketchup or salsa or something.
Right?
Sure it is.
Yeah. But like, I hate situations like that where you do have like a legitimate answer and explanation, but it does look even more suspicious once that you say it.
You can't do anything about it.
And then people never believe you.
Yeah, you just can't do anything about that.
Yeah. But the guy was also, like, probably keeping his mouth shut because he was scared of you. Women, am I right?
I mean, who walks into a store bloody as fuck?
Right?
I'd be scared of you too.
But, like, it cracks me up how so many guys, like, walk on eggshells when they know a woman is on her period. Like, we're gonna go off at any minute.
You do?
Oh, fuck off. But, like, it's dumb, and thankfully John is not like that, and I think it's from growing up with sisters and everything. Like, he knows how it is, but it cracks me up how some guys aren't experienced with that and are just, like, horrified when they see something that, like, could even possibly resemble period.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I grew up in a house of 3 women because I had my 2 older sisters and my mom and my dad too, but like, we were just kind of used to it, and so it wasn't like any crazy thing, one of them like needed a tampon from the other room, like whatever, you grew up normally doing that kind of stuff, so it's a very normal thing, and I think it should be a lot more normalized through different people. Absolutely. Because it's a natural bodily function. But yeah, if you walk into a store covered in blood, that's a badass right there.
But yeah, the cashier was probably like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just get her out of here. Just let her leave, please.
They sprayed the whole place down.
Yeah. Sanitize everything. Do we have Lysol? Get the Lysol. Like,
Sorry. I was just thinking about, like, if it was actually blood and they got on everything.
Oh. Yeah, that's a crime scene at that point.
Oh, God. I hate other people's, like, bodily fluids.
Yeah.
It's gross. Anyway, next story. So this one was submitted by Fry's grandson. And I think that, talking about the Fry from Futurama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, I just put, like, that together, because, like, Fry's grandson in the show and stuff, and he's like...
I don't know too awful much about Futurama. I know, like, somebody is called Fry. Is that the robot?
No, that's Bender.
Oh, you're right.
His best friend, the redhead, the dumb one, that's Fry, like, the main character.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Fry's grandson. So, says, the backstory. At the time, I'm working for a popular clothing brand with a very laxed environment, and a small part of my day is spent emailing with my college friends and a bunch of random stories, joking with each other, and just being asses to each other. Good, like a group friend should do.
Yep.
You guys need to be like that.
Sounds like a cool environment.
Yeah. He said this group was about 5 to 6 people. So, on this one particular Friday in the office, it was a half day, with the second half being at a work-sponsored event at the beach, where we were allowed to break off into the festivities once we were done.
How freaking cool.
Right? I wish my work did that. That'd be dope.
Damn.
During this event, I received an email from one of the guys.
Are they
Yeah. During this event, I received an email from one of the guys in the group. He's announcing that his wife is pregnant and they're expecting their first child.
Huh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Baby.
He talks about his excitement and eventually goes into the miracle of life and how this little 2-inch thing is growing inside of his wife and will become his child. You guys probably know where this is going by now.
Oh, God.
At this point, I'm sober and a bunch of coworkers and I decide to go to the bars down the street from where we
Add
are.
alcohol to the mix. I like this so far.
And spend the rest of the day drunk. After a few drinks, I'm debating how I should reply. Be nice and offer congratulations, or be who I am and get a laugh out of it.
Yes.
By drink number 3, I decide just be me.
I love this.
Yeah, good choice.
I'm so excited.
A few people have sent me congrats, so I hit reply all and basically write something of the effects of, congrats on the baby, but isn't your wife used to having 2 inches inside of her?
Oh my God. On a reply all.
Yeah. I hit send thinking it's just the small group of friends I emailed with every day because a couple of emails I saw come through were from others in the group. Within a few minutes, I see emails coming through the guys I haven't spoken to in years saying that was mean and uncalled for, but a couple more saying it was hilarious. Turns out everybody was on the email. His parents, his sisters, his aunts and uncles, his dad's business partner, family friends, and all of our friends from college and the daily group. The daily group thought it was hilarious because, that's what we do, but apparently he had to do some damage control and he learned to use BCC when sending emails with me on it.
But also, who sends that kind of list?
I mean, I can see that.
I would definitely do separate emails for those different types of people.
Well, think about it.
No matter if it's BCC or not, I'm, way too cautious for that.
Well, think about, if you and I try to start a family eventually, you're going to want to not text every single person separately.
We don't email our family, though.
Or text. Either way, a text.
But text we're not going to do a group text with everybody.
Either way, that's a lot of people to go, hey, we're starting a family, so it's kind of easy to just, pass it right back.
Oh my gosh, though.
But, I have a group chat with a bunch of my guy friends, too, and we send to each other some, pretty messed up stuff. But before, I ever press send, I always double-check what
I
group
get
chat...
censored from some of that stuff, thankfully.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is I always double-check before I press send, because...
That it's the right group.
Yeah, exactly, because I have another group chat with, my family and Christy in it, and I'm like... No, they don't want to see this.
No.
I have to shelter them from the messed up shit that, I said with my other group chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't want them seeing those kind of things. So you always gotta double check, where you're sending it. And, I understand messing up,
so
replying to.
Hilarious, though.
I know. There's been multiple times where, I'm texting Christy when I'm on my way home, from the gym or something. And I'll be like, hey, babe, on my way, I love you. and I'll get a random text back from, like, my best friend Alex.
Yeah.
Saying, love you too, babe, see you in a bit.
He's like smooches.
Yeah. I'll just start, like, cracking up because I like how quick-witted he is sometimes. Because it's, like, an immediate text back.
He
like,
just keeps rolling with it.
He's like,
whatever.
Love you too, babe, see ya.
All in a day. It's fine.
So then I'll have to call Christy to be like, okay, so this happened and this happened, and now Alex is saying that he loves me.
Alex is my boo. It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, but him and I have a thing now.
Yeah.
Also, I don't work in an office setting. What's BCC?
BCC is blind carbon copy, I think is what it stands for. But, like, so if you email, then it can be to somebody. You can CC somebody. So that, I think that with that, it's just, like, it's not necessarily to them, but they're still included in it.
Uh-huh.
But if you do BCC, then you're sending it to everybody, but they can't see who you sent it to, and they cannot reply to everybody. It just gets replied to you.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like a reply all, but it's like to every individual person.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I don't work in an office setting, and I just wanted to know what that was.
Yeah, I mean, even me, I do and have worked in an office setting for forever. I knew that BCC was a thing, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And so sometimes I would get an email, and it would say that it was from somebody, and for the to part, it would be completely empty, and I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this? I'm like, this is just magic. I don't know how it showed up in my inbox.
Magic emails.
Right? But yeah, so I just recently had actually learned it too, but yeah. Okay. So anyways, on to my third story, which again is from a different anonymous source. And I am really gonna be honest, I am not looking forward to reading this story.
Why not?
Heads up, it is really fucking gross.
Okay.
And it makes me really just want to gag.
Let her rip. Well, come on. Now I want to hear it.
I don't want to hear Let It Rip. Okay.
Oh, God.
Like, literally, I have chills just thinking about it and, like, going cold. Okay. And it's super short, too. Anyways, I'm going to stop hyping it up because it's probably just me. Okay, so the anonymous source says, a couple months ago, I was on a road trip with my sisters and 2-year-old nephew. It was midwinter in the Midwest, and they were naturally snotting up a storm. When we stopped to get gas, I went in first, then came back to the car to sit with my nephew while they did their business. Well, I was thirsty, and the 2 cups of coffee from this morning were still in the cup holder up front. Not afraid of some lukewarm coffee, I reached forward and took what felt like a 1/4 cup full of coffee. I drained that bitch, noticing it had some sort of weird texture, like a little chunky, but assumed it was just sugar clumped up or something. My sisters came back to the car, saw me with the empty cup, and subsequently died of laughter. While I had been in the gas station, my sisters, yes both, had spit loogies into the cup.
Oh, God! Oh, shit.
Right?
Fuck, that's gross.
Every time that I read this, my mouth, like, waters a little bit in the way of, like, you know you're about to throw up. Because it's just that repulsive.
Like I said earlier, something with other people's bodily fluids are sickening to me. That is so gross.
Right? Like,
Oh.
ugh.
Oh, God.
The thought of swallowing somebody else's loogies.
Oh, stop. No.
Right?
Stop.
Okay, so I'm super sorry that I did this to all of us. Please forgive me. I love you all.
100 people just threw up in their mouths.
Right? We probably just lost everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry in every country and language that might be listening to us. But anyways, can we move on to something less gross?
Yeah,
Please?
okay.
Next story.
Yeah, my story.
Anyways, that was a mistake. Don't drink stuff that you don't know what it is. Super fucking gross.
Okay, so actually there was one time that I was staying at my best friend's house, Tanner. And
Lando Graham.
Yo, Lando Graham, check him out. He would. So we were like really young at this time. We were like 10, 11 years old.
So
and
like
we were,
yesterday.
Shut up. And we're staying at his house.
That would make me a pedophile. I shouldn't have said that.
God bless. So, like I said, it's we're 10 or 11. We're staying up super late, on the weekend. Just best friend, dumb bullshit, doing dumb things. And so we both we're drinking Sobeys at the time. Do you remember? Have you ever had a Sobey?
Like Sobey water?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh,
it has like little lizard
the
on the side.
vitamin water stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I had a pina colada one, and I can't remember what kind he had, but we both had to go pee really bad at the same time. And so I run down to the bathroom and get there first.
Oh god, I see where this is going.
And I go pee, and so I only had like a few sips out of my Sobey. Well, I come back. And I pick up my drink and I untwist it and I almost put it up to my lips.
No.
And he smacks it out of my hand. He goes, "Don't drink that." I was like, "Why? I just bought it." He goes,
at least he saved you.
I mean, I guess, but the dick had pissed in it. So while I went down there, he just peed in my drink that I just bought.
Why wouldn't you just go outside? You're a fucking guy. Whip your dick out and just piss.
We were on the upstairs level, so he would have to go down the stairs. I know.
Piss out a window.
No, I'm totally on your side about this because I literally just bought this drink.
If I had a penis, I would just pee outside all the time. I'm just putting that out there.
We do.
It would be so nice. If I try and pee outside, it's a whole process.
You gotta hang off the ledge.
Yeah, you gotta, there's a lot of balancing that has to be done.
But yeah,
that normally turns into a mistake. But
yeah, almost drank his piss, but I'm so glad he smacked it out of my hands. I didn't, because like I said, I didn't even know. It just filled up a little bit more.
And then his dick touched the top of the cup and you almost put your lips right on it.
So glad I didn't.
Ugh.
Fuck you, Tanner. Okay, so the next story was submitted by Straight Up 32. Straight up. So the story starts off. I need to.
Do you think they're 32?
I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay, sorry.
So the story starts off. I need to apply a little context.
Yes.
It was a good 8 to 10 years ago, and this was before anyone in my hometown knew what THC concentrate was.
I still barely do. Anyways.
Yeah. I think it's when you take the actual buds from weed and you press them really hard and
you juice them.
Kinda.
No,
seriously,
really?
I think so. Yeah, I think. Not an expert.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what it is. But they said a friend had just come home from California and taught me how to make concentrate from weed. It was an old school butane method. Never mind. I don't know what concentrate is apparently.
That sounds really intense.
Alright, so don't know what I'm talking about.
We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
People had never seen or tried concentrate before and they were going crazy for it. I decided that I would teach people in exchange for a couple $100 and the first batch of whatever I teach them with. Damn. Smart business move. All seemed fine, and one day a friend of mine told me that his friend wanted me to teach him and he'd give me $1,000 in lieu of the first batch.
Good God.
I said hell yeah, and we were off.
Fucking deal. I'll teach you whatever you want for $1,000.
Yeah. We arrived at this house in South Houston. It was ghetto. Chain link fence were huge with a scarred up pit bull screaming at us.
Aww,
poor dog.
Baby.
Yeah. We get let in by this massive Hispanic guy, and he has tats all over his face, and the dude was just built like an ox. He didn't say a damn word to me, no greeting, no nothing. We go in, and there's a group of tatted guys playing poker with pistols and rifles everywhere. Not a single one of them acknowledged mine nor my friend's presence.
Don't like that.
I immediately felt out of place. I was not in my element, and I decided I was too committed to back out now, so I trudged forward.
I would full on go, though. Everything in me would be telling me to, run, but, the other part of me would be like, this is fine.
Well, what do? You walk and go, nope.
Right.
And 180 and walk out.
Yeah.
That ox
and they're
dude
you already have our money,
Well, or that dude at the front, he's
Yeah.
not gonna let you out.
Yeah, if he's just standing in front of the door.
Exactly.
Or some shit. Take the pit bull and run.
So they say the dude walks up to the kitchen counter and pulls out a pound of hash and throws it onto the counter and just says, "Go."
Hey, wait. So, innocent white girl question. What is hash?
So a hash, I think, is what I was thinking what the concentrate was, where you take it and you compress it. Either the oils or the actual bud itself, you compress it into like almost this wax state, but it's not wax. Because it breaks up a little more fine on the inside, where wax is literally just like a waxy substance.
Okay.
I think, like I said, I was completely wrong about the first thing. Don't listen to me. I don't know.
I'll never understand. Anyways. Okay, so there's hash.
Yes, so he throws...
Not hash browns, but hash. He's like, hash browns, fry him up.
He's like,
go.
Make this shit weed.
If this isn't Waffle House status, then you're out.
Man.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. That's so dope. I love that. He says, "Go." I immediately start panicking because I had never blasted hash before, only flour.
Only hash browns.
I blast hash browns every weekend.
On the daily.
Waffle House. I told him that I didn't know how it worked.
Me
and
neither.
I did. This is Christy's story, actually. She submitted this. I told him that I didn't know how it worked and I didn't want to mess it up. He just said, "Do it anyway," so I got to work.
Oh my god.
The first step was to place the hash in a cylindrical tube. The tube is kind of like a condom with a small hole poked in the top. Stuffing hash browns and condoms.
What's going on here?
The bottom part was where it was loaded. I loaded it all up and I put the filter around the big opening and it was ready to blast. We went outside to avoid the fumes. I started pumping butane through and everything seemed to work just fine. The concentrate was slowly seeping out of the filter and it looked beautiful. So I'm assuming put the weed into a cylindrical tube, press it with a filter, pump butane through it, and this oil, this concentrate seeps out through the filter, and that's what concentrate is?
It's too fucking much for me.
Yeah,
I'm not in
whatever.
chemistry class. I'm never gonna understand, so...
About halfway through, out of nowhere, the entire tube exploded through the filter. A pound of hash blew into the air. It was seriously...
A pound?
Yeah, I mean, that shit's dense, too. So it probably went flying.
Oh my god.
And so, yeah,
and
pound
with
of hash...
all these scary-ass dudes around you.
And so it was seriously raining hash. I could only compare it to I could only compare it to a cloud of pollen. There was absolutely no recovering it. As the hash was raining down on everyone, the guys playing poker all stopped and ran out to see what happened.
To eat it.
I was faced with about 6 guys and everyone was trying to process what had happened. I thought for sure that my friend and I were going to get our asses kicked. But out of nowhere, the main guy just started laughing his ass off. Everyone just kind of followed suit, and my friend and I kind of started our little nervous laughter. He just started laughing and saying, "It's raining hash, look at this shit." So we started chatting and both figured out what the issue was. I had packed the hash too tightly and it got too compressed. He whipped out another pound of hash browns and we blasted it. Everything worked out perfectly. He was in such a lighter mood after that, LOL. I actually ended up finding hash in my pockets, hoodies, shoes, and everywhere for the next couple weeks.
Free hash
I still think about this to the day. What a situation to be in.
But, like, thank God they were so, like, lighthearted about it.
I mean, this sounds like the mafia almost.
Yeah, that could have turned south real fucking quickly.
Oh, yeah. I'd have been so nervous the entire fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd have just been, like, profusely apologizing. Like,
And
I'm so
sweating.
sorry. Yeah.
It'd be just, like, a puddle of sweat walking around.
God, I would be freaked out. I wouldn't know what to do, because that's a bad situation to be in. And especially if you just explode his product or whatever was going on.
Yeah.
Nope, you're fucked. But thanks for telling us how to make weed
Hash
concentrate. Browns. Yeah. Damn, this is probably a pro at Waffle House.
Waffle House hash browns.
Oh my god.
I like the thought of it raining down hash browns and everybody running out to go eat it. Like,
imagine flying hash browns. Oh, day in heaven. Now I'm hungry. Go to the next story. I'm hungry now.
Okay. Okay, so my last story for the episode is coming to us from Marty J310. And also, just to let everybody know, if you do want to submit a story to us, you can always do so with your name, a username, screen name type situation, or anonymous. We are fine with anything, whatever you're comfortable with. So that's why some of these are an actual name or a username or anonymous, because we don't care. Whatever you guys are comfortable with, we're comfortable with. So
DM us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Savagely Delightful, and then there's savagelydelightful@gmail.com. It'd be awesome.
Get at us. Okay, so anyways, yeah, back to this. Marty J310 said, I was leaving for work when I got in my car and I accidentally jammed the seatbelt in the door. The seatbelt had jammed in such a way that the metal piece of the belt that clicks in was wedged between the car exterior and the door. I tried to open the door to get out and it wouldn't open. I drove to work without a seatbelt, and when I get there, I had to climb over the console and get out the passenger door. When I got off work, I tried to open from the outside to get in, and still no luck. Once again, I opened the passenger door and climbed into the driver's seat. I drove my car to the dealership the next day and pulled up to the service station. I rolled down my window and told the mechanics what had happened. The guys all had a good laugh and told me that they've never seen something like this before. They all tried to pull it open and couldn't. They told me that I could set up an appointment and they would essentially have to tear the door off the hinges and replace it.
Jesus Christ.
So, they went to get a second opinion.
Before we destroy this car,
yeah,
let me ask someone who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely. So, they went to get a second opinion, and the next mechanic told them that there was nothing that he could do. And they were really starting to get worried at this point, and they said I had one last place to try. I took my car up to another shop that specializes in welding and odd jobs. I get up to the shop and a guy walks out to talk to me. I roll down my window to tell him what happened. He looks at my door in silence for about 10 seconds, then puts his arm through the window. You ready for this?
Yeah.
He hits the unlock button and grabs the door handle and pulls. The door opens.
No. None of these professional mechanics unlocked the door first?
Nope.
What the fuck?
So they say, we look at each other and I'm completely dumbfounded. I think he couldn't believe what he had just witnessed. I get the hell out of there as fast as I can, only hoping he didn't get a good look at my face. I just about died from humiliation. If you're wondering how I never unlock the door, well, I don't have a key fob, so I have to lock and unlock manually. How I never tried to actually unlock the door is beyond me. I'm an idiot.
Oh my, yeah, you are.
What?
And you should be glad that he didn't charge you for that.
But I'm sure that they gave the mechanic a good laugh and a story to tell everybody.
That is true. That's not something that happens every day.
I mean, and especially if it took this dude less than a minute to just walk up and be like, yeah, this is your fucking issue, and just walk back inside, he's probably like, what the hell?
Well, the fact that he took it to another shop first.
Two shops.
Yeah, and they didn't even try that?
Yeah.
Mind-boggling.
Which, I mean, you also have to wonder, too, if they maybe knew and just wanted to charge.
I don't know. They would charge and then not fix it still?
No, I mean, they could just unlock it and charge for taking the fucking door off. And having to put it back on.
That is true. Yeah, I'm so glad you got a second opinion, because they would have destroyed... they would have destroyed your car.
You never know. But, I mean, at least he didn't get pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt and then the cop figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because, that would be even more embarrassing. You're about to get a ticket and the cop's like, are you fucking serious?
Just for being dumb.
That's your excuse. Just unlock your fucking door. But that's hilarious and like the most wholesome little fuck up, and I love it so much.
The bounds of human stupidity always baffle me.
Right? But I mean, it's just like sometimes if you have like an IT issue or something and you like go to show them what the problem is, and then as soon as you try once that they're standing there, all of a sudden it works.
Yep.
That makes me so mad. And every time I'm like, I hate everything. Like, or so like, sorry I wasted your time.
Or like when you're growing up and you're trying to look for something and you look for an hour and can't find it. Ask one of your parents and they find it in 30 seconds.
It's right in front of your face. Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Without a fail.
Yeah, how they took it to two different people and themselves and coworkers or somebody else look at it too, and nobody noticed.
Damn. That's some shit luck too.
Right.
All these stories have just been about shit luck.
Right? Like some people not noticing stuff, other people trying to do the right thing, and then you just get fucked over, and it just, we love it. We love all the stories. Keep them coming to us. Like we said earlier, you can email us at savagelydelightful@gmail.com. We're on all the social medias. All those are on the outro, so just listen to that and you can find us.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. And if you did, we'd love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagelydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at savagelydelightful. If you like what you heard today and want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagelydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving a review so it's easier for others to find our podcast.